hunger or payday.
And rightly so. But actually, what it's doing is holding them both back on so many levels. Earlier on, I saw Mum spank the kids. I just don't approve of the way she uses her hand. You know, kids learn from their parents, and it's just made things worse. So it is time to discuss this once and for all. And what discipline do you both use?
We've given Anthony spankings. I mean, we've taken toys away from him. We've taken the TV.
I do a lot of uh, whoopings. I do whooping. I mean, whoopings, smacking, spanking here. Whooping. I find that that's the only way, and it really, that's not even working. That's what I'm saying. That's why I know I need to do something else.
The spanking is not effective, and Mum's really confused on how to manage her children's own naughty behaviour. It was getting rather late, and everyone was still awake when Mum was trying to put them into bed. I mean, what is she thinking? Layla's 6 years old, and Alyssa's 14 months.
Everybody try to break it down and go to sleep. Bedtime's definitely a mess in my house. I'm not gonna play this game. Get out. This is taking too long. I'm exhausted. Just trying. Get down and go to sleep.
I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well at all.
Layla, stop being silly. Layla, will you stop? Layla, come on.
Wait, this is just playtime for you. I'm not getting up anymore.
Layla, come on, Layla. I'm not
Don't
gonna play
be
this
sad,
this
big
basketball game.
Hey, CJ.
Mum and Dad finally gave up and turned the lights off for good. Somebody motivated.
I'm trying to be, happy and not sad. I I'm trying my best to move on from him.
It was 10 o'clock when Layla decided
He's
to log
gonna
onto the
be
computer.
coming on the
At that
7th.
point, I decided I would be logging out of the house. From what I can see, Mum has really got herself into some bad habits.
Because I asked him about it last night and he's busy, packing up his things, moving out here. I'm trying my best to move on from him,
So let me talk about the first thing
Matt.
that I've
And
noticed.
it just,
Bedtime. What is going on at bedtime? It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. I tell you what, I think I'll
Yeah,
sit
this
watch
upcoming
upstairs
weekend,
without
yeah.
having time to sweat. Unbelievable that all of you are in your bed. I don't even know how you manage to have this yet.
For now, we did it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Alicia is 14 months old and she should be in her own bed. That child has got dark circles underneath her eyes. A child of her age should be having at least 12 hours of sleep. And let me talk about the next thing. What form of discipline do you use?
I do spanking.
It shouldn't take physical punishment for your kids to respect you and to listen to what you're saying at all. Let's talk about Alicia. You've got her attached to you like koala bears.
I'm just like,
You're not allowing her
like
to actually get
sitting
a
here
sense
thinking that,
of actually
why
feeling
would
it's
Matthew
okay
cheat
to
on me in the
be
first
here
place,
by
knowing
myself
that
and engage
I was
with
his
my
real
family
woman.
whilst mum's only 10 foot
And you know
away
what? He
cooking
was
dinner.
just being a jerk
Because
and an
I think
asshole then.
she's become your pacifier.
That's what she wants. She wants to
I mean,
be nursed and
I just don't know what to say
whatever she wants
anymore
to.
about him.
What do? Deny her or say no? This is not the time. Or
But she doesn't need to be on your breast 24/7.
if she was 2 weeks old or 4 weeks old,
Yes. You choose to as a mother to continue to breastfeed, that's your prerogative, okay? However, with limitations on that, it means that your child can engage and reach those milestones and develop. It also means that it will allow her to recognise that she can engage and socialise with other children and not feel the dependency to have to cling to you at every stage. All the situations.
Well, I mean, the 7th is right around the
we
corner.
will be able to find
Yeah, I'm not
a
gonna lie to you.
resolution for the situations, without a doubt, because They are parents, yeah.
I'm really ready to just put a lot of Joe's ideas into motion. Um, because everyone in their life needs change. And I think that Joe's suggestion can only help our family.
So are you ready for the hard work? Because trust me, I do not deal lightly. Are we ready?
Well, you take it or leave it. That's kind of how she told me. You gonna do this or you not? We can move on. So I decided to take it.
I can understand. Alice's parenting skills are not effective, yet she's doing nothing to change those skills and she's getting the same results over and over again. So today I'm starting with rules for the kids and the parents. Okay, kids, these are house rules. Listen to these house rules and stick with them. Speak respectfully to one another with no name calling, all right? Play, don't hurt. And the last one here, respect your bedtime. Bedtime is bedtime, full stop. Kids have their rules, so now it's time for mum and dad. I have given mum and dad rules as well.
Rules for us.
No spanking, okay? Oh, mum is smiling hard there. Lots of positive praise, okay?
All right.
Because you guys need to hear from your parents when you're doing well.
The kids have like their own things they have to follow, and the parents have their own rules. So it's just keeping us together.
So who heard me? Great. Okay, let's have fun. All of you are going to work together and cooperate with one another because between you all, you're going to do a short play for me. Since I've been with the Walker family, I haven't seen them do anything fun as a family together. And families need to do that. So I had them just want to play. I gave them each a section that they were in charge of. This is how we're going to do it. Anthony, posture, focus. I'm going to give you.
I'm sorry, it's just my anxiety hit the roof earlier today.
And Dad started to give out the characters.
Marcus is move boy. Alice is mother nerd.
I'm not being a mother nerd. Carol's the nerd. I'm gonna be bully man. You LB. I'm gonna be as fun. If I can be a nerd, you can be lazy boy.
You know what?
Well, I'm not being. I'm going upstairs. I refuse.
Everybody was really working well together. However, Anthony Jr., I didn't like his character name, so I walked off really angry.
You don't get to the table on the count of three or something. One, two.
After a warning, Anthony Jr. came back to the table. The thing is, his anger had turned into big time attitude.
What was the problem that you found with Lazy Boy? Let's start from there. No. What was the conflict? The problem being wasted is your attitude right now. You need to get straight from the table.
Yes. Anthony was being patient.
How do I
Tried to
move on?
explain.
How do I
Anthony
move on
Jr.
from Matthew?
just didn't want to listen to him.
I know he's
Anthony,
not
this is a
here
play that you
anymore,
were all doing
but
without
the
you,
memory
they can't
and the
do
pain
it.
in this room
Okay,
is.
because it's a family play. So it's about compromise, communicating, and cooperating.
Anthony can get me pretty upset. And with the play, I dug deep and had a lot more patience with him because, just trying to lead by example for him. So what are you gonna be? It's little man. I'm gonna want to you. No, little man.
Anthony Jr. did come around, but I don't think he truly respects his family. But after all, this is about the play. It's about all of them. And I'll have a separate word with Anthony Jr. later.
Like, oh my God. Wear a mask. Y'all ready? Go back to the 70s.
No bullying people today.
I'm watching Super Nanny.
The point for me wasn't really about the play that you put on. It was about the cooperation, the putting the ideas together, and the way in which that's
Yeah, it should be pretty easy, but I just think about all the fun times that me and him did together. I mean, we was this close of being in an apartment, and then I was supposed to be saving up money for me and him to get an apartment without people asking me to buy them stuff. That's what drove us apart in the first place.
Bedtime in this
That's
house
what
is
made
awful.
him
You've
leave.
got four in a bed, no regular
The kids
bedtime,
were
and
asking.
nobody's getting a wink of sleep. So I'm introducing the stay in bed technique
Yeah, we
to
already
mum and
saw the
dad.
good
What
times.
I'll doing tonight is
Yeah, I mean, it would. I mean,
to
yeah.
sleep this evening. Give Layla a story, kiss her goodnight, and come out of her bedroom. When she comes into your bedroom, I want you to say to her, it's bedtime, darling. Take her by the hand and tuck her back into her bed. The second time she comes out, I want you to say to her, bedtime. The third
Hello.
time, any nothing whatsoever, and you put her back into her bed. I had Mum get Layla into bed at 8 o'clock. Definitely a more reasonable time than before. Alright? Look. Okay. Good night. She's in bed. The switch lights off. I'm gonna go there. You'll be okay. Okay, you're good. Okay.
Joe was like, hey, put it together. I'm here for you. Let's do it. And I knew at that moment that, this was something that had to happen.
I was waiting for Alice and Anthony to go to bed so that I could walk Mum through the technique. And as soon as Mum and Dad went to bed, Layla was out of her room trying to get into theirs. What's the first thing you say?
No, Layla, it's time to go to bed. Bedtime.
Third time, you say nothing now. From now on, you say nothing.
How was everybody's Halloween, by the way? Did anybody get any trick or treaters?
Oh, she tried every trick in that book. Okay, you ignore that and go straight back into bed.
There were times where I was ready to fall apart, but Joe gave me the strength. She gave me the knowledge.
You do really well. Stay strong with Layla because she recognises it. Sure, Layla got out of bed 17 times, but it only took
No, we didn't
45
have any
minutes.
trick or treaters here at our house. Nope.
I'm really, really happy with the way things went. So I know the technique. I got it down, and I'm gonna do it every night.
You've done a marvellous job. Tomorrow you've got to show up that you've been consistent. And that's the important thing here.
It'll be really nice to get my bed back. I'm gonna stick with it.
Right, go get some shut eye. And I'll see you in the morning. It's taken 6 years of Mum pussyfooting around with this bedtime scene, and yet when she really decided that she wanted to change this, clearly Layla's been ready long before Mum.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
Breathe in. Just let me handle the vocals. Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey.
You're home for the holidays. Back in your old room.
Oh. The next day when I arrived, Anthony Jr. said that he was going out against Mum's wishes.
And that's the reason why you're not going. You don't need to go outside today. Excuse me.
Excuse me? What's that?
What?
What's he doing?
He was just saying move, and I'm saying,
really?
excuse me.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Anthony? Anthony, here, please.
No, we didn't get no trick or treaters.
You can let your son talk to you like that.
That's very honest.
Hi, baby. Such a
Here,
baby.
right now, please.
I'm in the middle of a situation like
Anthony Jr. is 12
between
years old, and by no means
the
a big
apartment
man.
and
So it's
getting rid of the
important
rats.
that we establish
So
limits,
I know I said this in my live
privacy,
stream.
and this attitude straight
I
to
gotta
the
figure
bone
out
gets
how am I
worse.
gonna get rid of the
Is
rats
that talk to you like that?
because of next week.
Then you
Hi,
need to tell him,
baby.
okay? Because as long as he talks to you like that with that attitude and walks out the door, then you're gonna have a problem today and tomorrow. Do not tolerate that attitude. All right? You do something about it and you tell him.
I'm not looking at good, but it'll eventually get physical.
Oh no. You do it now. No, to ignore it means that you're not then going to address it, and I'm here to help you. Okay, work through that, all right? Normally, Alice would just hit Anthony Jr. when his behaviour became out of hand, but this was a great opportunity for me to show Alice exactly how to take a different approach.
Anthony, you need to go to your room. 10 minutes. You need to think about that. Just the way you talking to me. In order for us to change this, Anthony, all the things that we don't like, the hitting, the swearing, I wanted to stop. But you definitely have to work with me too. I'm glad Joe showed me another way of dealing with little Anthony. I would have spanked him, but I'm definitely sticking with the things that Joe showed us. You have 10 minutes to go upstairs to your room and think about it, and then you can come back downstairs and apologize to me.
I was impressed with Mum's restraint and how she dealt with the situation. However, Anthony Jr., I still need to work on him. I did notice that Alicia, who is 14 months, is constantly attached to her mother. She's always hanging off her hip, and if she's not hanging off her hip, she's, how do I nicely put this? Hanging off her breast.
Is the reason you're still breastfeeding her an emotional one? We love each other. It's a special bond. It is a special bond. Okay, I just want to acknowledge to you that I see emotionally, the difficulty in that, okay? Because it's tough. It's tough for women to let go of that bond emotionally. It's a very strong one.
For some mothers, it's a very difficult decision to make to stop breastfeeding, and it can be very emotional because of the bond between yourself and your little one.
So it really is in your court because I can help you either way, but the decision has to be yours.
Did I dress up? No, I worked on Halloween.
I want to go ahead.
Did you guys dress up? Tell me what you guys did on Halloween. Did you guys go trick or treating? Did you guys dress up? I want to know how everybody's Halloween went.
We are going to
I worked,
to
so
untie that
I want to
ribbon
know
that's
like what went on.
attached to her in that way through the breast, okay? So we can have a healthy relationship that's not connected
I mean, you guys can
emotionally
tell me anything you want.
through here.
I know I'm feeling
And
sad,
when I let you come
emotional.
to that decision, because it shows me
I'm just
that you're ready
really,
for personal growth, which
it's
is
hard for
and
me
much
to let
benefit for you
go
and for
of
us.
him,
As it was Alyssa's nap
but
time, it was a
I
perfect
could tell
moment.
he let go of me and it really hurts me so much. But I just can't help it that I think about him and I know it hurts. But you guys just give me advice, just talk to me, say anything. I'm not just like, I'm not just sitting here, talking to you guys on what I want to talk about. I want to like people start talking to me. I dressed up as Spider-Man. Spider-Man? Oh wow, okay. That's good. That's good that you dressed up as Spider-Man. I was gonna dress up as a Squid Game.
Alright. Your breast, push it where your pillow is. Alright?
He's the worst. Well, you guys can say that too. I mean, yeah, I mean Rex is the worst. You're right. You're right.
It's hard, Joe. I can't. And this is what I was so afraid of. This is so hard.
Lay down so that you're popping as if you're laying down with her.
Yeah.
There's a bottle here. She's either going to take it or she's not. The importance wasn't that Alicia take the bottle, but that she get herself off to sleep without using Mum's breast as the pacifier.
Okay, but you can hum.
I just really,
It's only 10 minutes.
I'm trying my best to move on. I'm trying my damn best to like meet somebody new, but I know Devin will definitely come out here, but I don't think meeting somebody new is worth it. but sometimes, you don't have that push. I mean, I will admit that, yes.
The mom, she did a fantastic job.
I mean,
She tried to
Devin will
sell
definitely out here. He'll be home 24/7, helping me out while I'm at work. Like hopefully to buy some rat food, and I can just like we need to like if me and Rex were still together right now, I was trying my damn best, to manage the apartment thing. But none of the landlords wanted to get back to me. Is that my fault? No. It's not my fault that the landlords didn't want to answer their phone or, you know, I mean, I can't just keep calling the landlords. That's harassment right there. I mean, think about it. If you guys were the landlords, let's say you owned an apartment building, let's say I call about an apartment, you say, hey, sorry, it's not available. Wouldn't you guys be like, say, hey, Churel, the apartment's not available right now? Would you guys would say that to me if you guys were landlords? Let me know. I mean, it's not my fault that the landlords didn't want to answer their phone. He can't say, oh, it's your fault, Megan, it's your fault, Megan. No, it's not my fault that the landlords didn't want to answer their phone. But I'm supposed to be looking at a place next week, though. Elite, hey, my head's on straight, my ducks are in a row. Um, I'm, well, I'm studying for my permit, but it's going to be a struggle to, pay the per car because the government is shutting down. So yeah, I mean, he can't blame me all of because the landlords didn't want to answer their phone. I couldn't do nothing about it. My staff and my SC couldn't do anything about it. They can't help it. That's good though. You're doing it. Well, yeah. I mean, if I was asking you guys like a question. If you guys were landlords, let's say you guys own an apartment building, and I'm trying. This is a scenario. Don't get mad. If you guys were the landlords, let's say you owned an apartment building and you guys moved all other tenants in that apartment, and I called one of you guys and said, "Hey, is I'm calling about apartments for rent." What would you guys say to me? Like, would you guys like show me the apartment, or would you guys be like, "Sorry, there's no available apartments right now"? That's not my fault that there were no apartments available. He got mad and blamed me, saying it was my freaking fault. Like, how is it my fault that the landlords we would help you? Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's good that you guys would help me. I mean, yeah. Some landlords own houses. You know how I know that? Because this one landlord that I used to have back in Meadville, the landlord, he was just using that as an excuse. Well, yeah, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, yeah, he was using that excuse. But I bet he was.
Really, it was about the space and the communication.
That I wouldn't know, but I can't say for sure.
Nobody want to get up. But if I just throw a hand signal, maybe she'll
Yeah,
she'll go back.
he could definitely walk all over me, but he's definitely walking all over Winter.
definitely a little bit more tweaking because he was 12 and almost, a little big man. If mum and dad don't get a grip on this now, it could be far worse by the time he
Well,
gets into his
I wouldn't
20s.
know that because
So I had arranged for Anthony
one,
to
I
see
never
you
asked
to meet a
him
very special
for
friend of mine at the Illinois
yeah.
Institute of Technology.
For one, his information off of his phone. You know,
My mouth is dry. You ain't going nowhere.
hello?
Real shy.
Oh, there it is.
real big
he would
support.
definitely
I
get
wasn't really
into like
thinking
my
that he would
emails and
show up in
stuff,
person.
and he would definitely be nosy.
Dwayne Wade is a guard of the reigning champions of
Oh,
Miami
oh,
Heat.
okay, that's
He's an
cool.
NBA All-Star player and a big
I'm
role
sorry I
model
didn't
for
upload
many young
last night
children out
because
there
I wasn't
today.
really
And I
feeling
felt like his
well.
words would really carry a
Um,
lot of weight with Anthony Jr. So, Dwayne, I was telling
I know
Anthony
I
that
am
you should be
definitely feeling
celebrating this
sad. I
tonight
was
and putting me on
definitely
the court, helping
crying,
me
but
out
I
on the court
shouldn't
as well.
be. How was bowling, by the way? Did you guys get any trick or treaters? But anyway, back to what I was saying was, um, I never asked for any of his information or anything because I kept all my stuff, to myself. He was supposed to do the same, not asking me for anything, not, you know, cheat on me, anything like that. See, all the emails and passwords you guys keep up to yourselves. Now, back to the landlord stuff. It's not my fault that the landlords didn't want to call me back. Now, if they don't get back to me within, like, let's say 2 weeks, yeah, I could call them back and be like, hey, I'm calling for apartments for rent. Yeah, you guys are right. I mean, he was using that as an excuse the entire time. I feel like I need to let out my emotions because they've been cooped up in a bottle for a long time. And you know what? I really, really need to let out my emotions right now because I feel like crying. I feel like face down crying. It's good to let out your emotions. You know,
He just embraced the words
I
of
mean,
confidence that he gave him and
all
changing
he's
and
done
being more
was,
respectful.
I don't know if he talked to any other girls. I don't know if he actually did, but Winter was kept it low key. So I feel awkward living here,
We've already succeeded
and I
in
just
getting
don't
one
think
little
it's
guy out of bed. How much more
personal,
better than
or I
Alicia is
just
trying
don't
to
think
get
it's
the
right.
other one out of the bed. Next stage we're going to do is to get
I
Alicia
mean, I'm sorry to say,
now
but
sleeping in her own crib.
I was like, oh
my
wow,
my
this is gonna be
feelings
a
are really
challenge.
sad on the platform right now.
14.
So together we set up a crib in Mum and Dad's room, and that's all good right now.
I mean, yeah, I was crying earlier, but I finally, calmed down a little bit,
Time for sleepy, darling.
just a little bit. But if you guys want to ask me questions, go ahead and say anything. What's on your mind? I'm just watching Super Nanny right now. I have not watched this show in a long time.
She's gone from a high pitch down to a lower pitch and is spacing out. So it's important what we listen to and hear how
But
far away
yeah,
it is from the next one.
I think he's gonna walk all over Winter. Bet you $100 he is, because I think he knew what my weakness was. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Even though we've done our 5 minutes, we're not hearing.
Everybody knows my weakness. Everybody knows that I'm always, nice, not saying no. That's my weakness.
Now, who's itching to say
And I
no?
promise you that.
And sure enough, within 5 minutes, Alicia was asleep, and Mum and Dad were stunned.
I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. My baby is actually sleeping in her bed.
I'm so happy.
Sweet little Alicia, she went out like a light. A lady come over to me because she wanted to share something.
So look, it's not okay. I'm gonna hug you. Oh, baby, touch me,
Hmm.
right? Let me know how you get to know your bedroom.
Just learning some stuff from Joe. I feel as though that it opened my eyes up to realizing that, I can change. I can be a better dad. I can be a better person. I can be a better husband.
You're the princess in your own bed now. Take care of yourself, alright? Bye, Alicia. Take care. Take care of yourself. I will.
I slept good. I slept really good tonight, but like, why am I so damn tired? Mm,
Completely with Joe being there with us. With all this hard work, you put so much into place.
I feel like people need to help me set my head on straight again. And I really need to start focusing on the goals now.
Found it emotionally very difficult
I
to allow
really
children to
need your
move
guys'
forward.
help
But once
with
they
that.
both made a decision
I mean,
to
and quite
really focus
honestly,
on
I
what
do.
they did want and not what they didn't want, they achieved more in a few days than they had in 6 years.
It's been real, very, very stressful.
Joe got peace to her. She set the stage for communication to open up more. Oh, yeah, my body is just. I think it's going to start with me showing Anthony sometime where you just have to set some of your differences aside and just work with people more. If it starts with me, it'll end
Oh,
with
hold
me.
on, guys.
You know,
Hold
we
on.
want to give you choices. Yeah, I'm using what I've learned. That's what I'm doing. My method of discipline with the kids has definitely.
All right, sorry about that. I just got a notification on my phone saying something about the rentals for apartments. Um, yeah. I just called the landlord back and I left them a message.
Come on, let us. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Eres exigente. Pones la vara de lo extraordinario muy alta, porque tus estándares han sido moldeados por la riqueza de tu. Tonight, in a Super Nanny First, Joe visits a celebrity family. Hi! Wendy Wilson of the pop group Wilson Phillips.
Mm.
She's the daughter of Beach Boy Brian Wilson, and her laid-back upbringing makes it difficult for her to discipline her own kids.
I know.
Leaving her husband Dan to take the reins.
So, if you don't start picking up at the count of three, then you're going to have a time.
So,
And with two
how many strikes did you get?
twins.
Like you say, you guys kicked ass. So, how many strikes did you get?
Jeez.
Can Wendy get past her rock and roll upbringing and learn to discipline better? And will Joe help Wendy get her life under control in time for her to go back on tour with her sister Carney?
Can you hold on one more day?
Like, did you guys like win, or did you say you guys kicked ass?
band Wilson Phillips, and
Oh, wow.
in the early 1990s, we did concerts around the world. People think that I have a glamorous lifestyle, but it's really not. I am a housewife and a mom. We live and breathe children, and that's what we do.
Leo is 4, Bo is 3.
And Will and Jesse are twins, and they are 6 weeks old. Going from 2 to 4 kids overnight is a whirlwind. Well, I gotta see the babies.
I'm in shock.
It's like a circus here. You know, they're wild. Oh my goodness. They get rambunctious, and they get loud.
Yeah, bowling is fun. I went bowling out here in Erie one time, and bowling is fun.
The way I grew up was the polar opposite to the way Wendy grew up.
My father, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, when I was growing up, wasn't around, for the most part. He just wasn't able to parent my sister and I. We were allowed to do almost anything we wanted to do as children. I think that structure was missing in the household. I think that that influenced me because I tend to be more liberal with my children, and Dan is just quite the opposite of me. And, it does come into play with our parenting, and we do have conflicts because of that.
Hey, don't throw an apple on the floor. What are you talking about? Do you have poo-poo?
No,
I got poo-poo.
in his underwear? Again?
We got some poo-poo in it. But before the babies arrived, I was resolved that Bo, our 3-year-old, was going to get potty trained. You got to go poo-poo on the potty. Oh my God. He refused. Now there's poo-poo in the water.
Usually when he finds him on his table, he's going poo.
Over this.
You guys can ask me anything. I'm not going to be judgmental by your guys' questions.
Wendy be able to put them into bed and be able to come out and let them fall asleep on their own.
And then between 12 and 2 a.m., they make their way to our bedroom.
Now that we have our twins, it's hard to get any quality sleep at all. It's an hour past your bedtime, buddy.
I tend to baby the kids.
We're just gonna move your bed right into their room.
But his family said he needs some rest. That's for sure.
Oh, jeez. In a couple of months, my sister and I have shows planned that we're going to do around the country. I'm just a little concerned about not being able to
Hello?
We've got some dates lined up, and 4 children, it's not easy. And 2 newborns, Dan's working, she's gonna work.
What you making? Oh, you made chicken?
we're overwhelmed.
Chicken tenders?
Handle our children.
Oh, yeah, I can have a piece of chicken.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Joe. As far as I was
Okay.
concerned, I was very sympathetic regardless to whether they've been the long
Okay.
or not. I was welcomed very warmly by Wendy and Dan, which was lovely. So, 2 topics.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah. Lots to sort out and lots to be done. It's one thing
I'll be
to
back,
have
guys.
active boys, but to have newborns as well, it puts Wendy into one of the toughest challenges a parent could ever do. Leandro, I'm talking to you right now. The first thing that I see is the boys driving outside, and I'm desperately trying to get them inside, but they're just ignoring them. Hey, stop. Stop. You guys don't stop. You're gonna go to timeout.
I felt extremely mortified. I have to be honest with you. I was like, my kids are not listening to me, and I don't have the respect that I should have for my children.
Leo. Very embarrassing. I believe that the way you're raised influences the way you parent. I was raised with a very unstructured type of lifestyle. We were allowed to do almost anything we wanted to do as children. Let's start putting puzzles away, okay? You want to help me? Come on. Come on. I love the fact that Wendy admits that she's a pushover and that when the boys play up, she leaves it up to Dan to deal with the discipline.
Hey, Leo, you need to start picking up. If you don't start picking up at the count of 3, then you're gonna have to have a
were going to see eye to eye. I do try to implement, discipline with the kids, but I know that I can be pushed. I'm the pushover, and he's the more strict parent.
Yeah, I have less tolerance than.
So I know that that's something I need to work on. Has there been any regression? Yes, there's been regression, yes. We got Bo to the point of potty training where he was going in the potty, every day, and then he started going in his underwear. Regression is very common with toddlers when there are newborns around. It's basically when the older child goes back to behaving how they did when they were younger. And no sooner had Wendy told me about those potty training problems, Dan caught him in the act.
What are you doing in the office? Come on out of there. Are you going cuckoo? Let's go on the potty. Let's go to the potty. Buddy, I think you're going cuckoo right now. Come on, let's go to the potty.
Dan hates Jamie Beckler. I mean, it makes him gag.
Boy. Oh boy, this is horrifying, buddy.
These aren't real accidents that Bo is having because he's already been potty trained. He's just regressing because he knows he can get mom and dad's attention. Because right now, they're giving it all to the newborns.
You know what? If you didn't have man-sized poops, you wouldn't be so disgusting.
Alright, so I'm back.
Looking at what's
Sorry about that.
You're a very successful, talented woman in the music industry. Is there anything that wants, if I have to do anything else with you, my children are going to be my priority. That comes first for me. But I do want to do something. My sister and I are planning on doing shows this winter.
This is too seasonal.
It's a lot of fun, and it's so great to be performing again, working, and that's another aspect of myself that I don't get to see very often.
Hi, Master Splinter.
But I do have an itch to work here as well because I need time for myself too. It's important. And when I work, I'm gonna need to be away from them for a little while. I mean, I already know myself. Once I start rehearsing, I'm gonna feel guilty that I haven't been with my children. Even if it's a couple hours, I start feeling that guilt feeling, that trepidation. Now, I'm really excited for Wendy because she's excited about going back on the road and doing what she's passionate about with her music. And that brings more and more to the forefront of how they need to get things organised and in place so that she can feel confident about doing that. So what happens around this kind of time? Is it just you just grab your breaks when you can, or is there any kind of structure? Not really. I spent the best part of the day with this family, and it seemed like there was no set time for anything with regards to the kids or the newborns, and that they just kind of did things when they felt it should be done.
Maybe we should plan dinner. Yeah, you know what I have for dinner? What am I thinking?
I wonder if I should visit have Bob ready.
That would just be a little too much for right now.
Wendy and Dan hasn't kept track of the baby's feeding schedule throughout the day. What was the last time I was there? Was it 10?
What time are the babies supposed to eat?
Who knows at this point?
That's what I'm saying. I forgot.
When are your babies due for their feeds?
Yeah, probably.
Typically, a lax routine will follow into bedtime. And now what we're seeing is the kids get up in the middle of the night to go into their mum and dad's bedroom. So what time do the kids normally go to bed?
Yeah,
We try for 8.
that's the bedtime. Call it a soft day.
A soft day. So then, what time would you say early hours in the morning you have company?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So 2 or 3, you feel a foot in your face.
Oh yeah, there you go. I've been kicked in the head so many times in the middle of the night. Oh boy.
It's tough enough when you're getting up in the middle of the night because you've got babies who constantly need to feed. But now mum and dad have got boys who are jumping into their bed as well. We sadly need to sleep.
Bedtime, boys. Bedtime.
Go to bed.
To your bed. You know what? I can't find your pacifier because it's not where we asked you to leave it today. Do you know where one of your pacifiers is?
know for Bo's pacifier, something I think a 3-year-old should have anyway.
This is working out great.
Dan, this is very odd. I don't see them. So if you don't remember where the passy is, that's it. You're out here hunting.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's come to this before.
I know that you want passy. I know that.
Found one. The Achilles heel.
Once Bo got his pacifier, he went straight off to sleep. I saw Leo demanding more time from Mum. And let's face it, you've still got 2 babies to deal with.
You must chill.
Been back to check on him. Wendy feels really guilty about leaving Leo alone, so she engages him. What she must do is set limits, leave the room, and not allow Leo to make her feel so bad. I love you. One more kiss.
You can only hope that, fall off into oblivion.
I have my hands full with so many children that I don't know how. It's like I can't. I don't have time for all my children at once. I have to pick.
So we have a family here that have got no routine, little discipline, and not much sleep. So I'm going to head off for the night and make sure that I come back with a good plan for Mum and Dad. Get as much sleep as you possibly can in between these.
I don't know if I'm gonna like this chicken, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. If not, I'm just gonna be like,
And really good principles for them moving forward. But there's a lot that's got to be put in place if Mum's to feel good about going on tour.
I'm gonna just pick it up with my hands and say, get it? I don't have a fork.
So what I want to start off talking to you both about is structure. Alright? Structure, you mentioned, is something that you both have been very free with. However, that lack of structure hasn't led you now as parents to have framework with your own kids.
There is no consistency.
Well, the key to being able to have the consistency is a routine. Because it relates to so many different things. It relates to consistency with sleeping. It relates to
A little dry.
times. And that also linked with behaviour. So you see everything fits into a puzzle. And the boys do need structure. And they're not brilliant at wanting to listen. They've got selective hearing.
Yeah, they really do.
They are blatantly ignoring you. But if you think they're doing that now at 4 and 3, because you've both got very strong opinions and views of how you were raised and what you feel is necessary, but neither one is willing to step back or to push forward. And that's when we cut the bad cop. Yeah. Right? Where do we find that happy medium for us? And that's something that I'm definitely going to be doing with the pair of you throughout our teaching. Now, obviously, the newborns have come into the family, and the boys are wondering where they are in the mix of all of this. Oh, we were the apple here.
Excuse me.
We've fallen off the cart, Yeah. It's adjustment for everyone. Not only for yourself, but for the toddlers as well. And what we see is the potty training. It's not something that we have to be dramatic about, but it's there. It's a natural thing for some children that occurs when there are new additions into the family. But the pacifier can definitely say one needs to go.
Just thinking about it makes me laugh sometimes.
So I'm feeling really positive about things that can be done here. Yeah, ready? Ready? Yeah. We better start some work then. Wendy was raised with an inconsistent routine, and that suits their family down to the ground. But with her own kids, she needs to establish a consistent routine. So let's place in our routine here one of those cornerstones, which holiday. What's an ideal time for dinner?
I said sit, but it's not like a sit down formal way.
I would for the children.
Right.
The children are going to be concerned.
I would get into the habit of having them at the table.
What are your thoughts on that?
That sounds like it's pushing in the right direction because that's certainly something I've noticed that when I grew up, my parents wanted me home for dinner. It was very important.
And I absolutely didn't really sit down for dinner. I mean, my mom did, but it was never a family ordeal. I was raised with a very unstructured type of lifestyle. My father was Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, and my dad was pretty much absent, whether he was home or not. He was absent. So we were craving normalcy.
It's not to stick it up, but yeah, you did really well.
Very cool.
You did really well.
When we made the day schedule, it really became apparent, how we were going to make our lives sane.
Once we'd finished work on the family routine,
Wendy's sister Connie came around to rehearse.
oh, hi, Carl.
And she walked over her little girl.
This is my daughter, Lola. Hi, Lola. It's Jojo. Hello, pleased to meet you.
Time to rehearse. So it gave them the opportunity to bite the bullet and give the girls the quiet time that they needed.
So plan of action, we've got all these kids, and what we want to do is set up something for the kids to be able to, perhaps in the backyard or in here.
When I was prompted to go watch, the children, I definitely felt, this is a situation that I have not been put in before. I'm alone with you all.
I'm not gonna say it on live stream, guys, on what's wrong with my stomach.
Are you guys doing okay? Oiga, estoy rompiendo. Porque tengo la Q17 Pro por cuenta de Verizon y la mejor red 5G. No solo está lindo el día de hoy.
Llévate el nuevo iPhone 17 Pro, además de un iPad y Apple One, todo por $0.
¿Dónde más pues?
Guess who has toys and great prices? From Disney and Lego to Melissa and Doug. Now guess who has toys that you wish He is working hard. Pampers is working hard, keeping him dry. Only Pampers Flawless has a heat dry liner to keep him comfortably dry. Pampers, behind every baby. Always Buckstone stays dry and fresh. See what foam can do for you. And who's doing it only me or you? Me. Okay. Well, first of all, I've never been in that living room without screaming children running around. It was probably the first time we had any quiet time. It was almost awkward. Oh,
Hi, baby. Such a baby.
Well, there wasn't really a lot of interaction. As a child, Connie and I would
What am I doing? I was giving Master Splinter more water.
do little things. And that's
Giving my rats more water.
Don't you know, it's a change, it's a going away, if you hold.
Trying to eat, but something's wrong with my stomach.
You guys are gonna.
I'm not gonna say it on the live stream
What do you got going on?
because it's not gonna be appropriate.
A whole lot of them didn't really ever materialize. One hippo to one.
Yeah.
It was refreshing to have that moment to myself and to be with my sister and do what I do, because that's a passion of mine that I've kind of pushed under the rug, and I need to embrace that a little bit again. Before I went home tonight,
Because then I don't know if he watches,
I didn't have a pacifier.
but
As a blind kid,
it's gonna be a total different story from what he texted Anna. And I don't know what he texted Anna, but
I had no idea what she was going to do.
I certainly got talking to.
This envelope came from something very special.
and her name is Penelope, the Cassie fairy. Okay, and when she sees that there are boys in the house that are very big boys, and they have passies, what she does is that she asks them, okay, to put their passies into the very special envelope and post it so that she can give them to the babies that would need them.
Yeah, see, I'm having chicken for tonight's dinner, but I can't eat.
I didn't know. I mean, he was really.
I would say something different. I have not been eating or drinking very much ever since he left, and ever since he left, I have not been myself.
He was just really engulfed in his whole story. You gonna put it in the mailbox?
When he took
I'm
those
just like,
pacifiers to the mailbox, I just felt very proud of him. He's growing up when he does that.
It felt like we were in a storybook. And it's in the morning. You go to the mailbox and you're going to get at your very special own envelope. You know, it just goes to show you when you're really confident and you can bring a touch of magic into the situation, but they actually take their own stride. You know that everything must be okay then. Ready? One, two, three, go! When I arrived the next day, I was curious to see how Bo had slept without his pacifier, so I asked Mum, how's he not sleeping? Bo, have you been outside? Bo, Penelope the fairy's been here. Come and look. And he went outside. He saw the feathers and the bits. The fairies. And when he opened up the mailbox and saw that parcel, his little face, he was so excited. It was his letter.
The fact that Joe was able to get him to part with those pacifiers, I bowed down to Joe. I was pretty surprised that he was able to do it.
why not? Because it just happened. But I'm hoping that
The pacifier thought it was time to get Wendy and Dan on the same page with regards to how they were going to discipline the boys. And to do that, they need to discuss the limitations they feel as parents because
I know every time I say the word but, I know I pause.
What we want to do today.
I just need to learn to pull everything together. I'm trying to pull myself together. You guys are trying to hold me together.
Are at stake.
I really appreciate you guys a lot.
Control over the kids.
And you know what? Ever since me and him worked together, he always says that I don't appreciate him. I appreciated him.
In the end,
Like, what was I supposed to do?
to some degree. And I wouldn't want that because it happened in my life.
So your limitation can be the most control.
I know he didn't appreciate me, but I appreciated him.
There was no consistency and hardly any boundaries in my family. So that left you to feel
Yeah.
as a child. You
Yeah.
feel a little like lost and out of control, insecure.
I know you guys are with me on this.
Time to make sure I do everything that I was supposed to do as a mother, and I don't want to mess up. So please for everything. Yeah, needing for the children to accept me or acceptance, acceptance. That's the one that had to do mostly with my relationship with my parents.
But I still have the rats, to make me happy. When I feel sad, I will hold one of them, and they like Jen. Like Jen likes me. The one that's in the cage with Suga. He actually sniffs me and picks up on my feelings very easily. That's one thing I like about rats.
My dad was
But coming next week, though, I'm gonna have this apartment tour, and then I'm hoping it might be a turn down again, because I cannot have the rats there again. So I'm gonna have to like do something personal, call off like my staff and not have me, go out and stuff until this is taken care of. Like I'm trying to get this squashed, but it's mostly it hurts and it's hard at the same time. Like when you have an animal that you really love and you can't let go, it's gonna be hard, but I'm trying, my best to like, you know, control it. Like, they're just rats, they're scavengers, but it's kind of hard. That's why I named this stream feeling sad, letting out my emotions. Like I have emotions that are building up inside me, and I think it was wrong. Like he's in the wrong. I'm not in the wrong. Like he's in the wrong for doing what he did.
I knew that if Wendy understood the importance of the boys sleeping in their own beds, then she just might pull herself away. It would make bedtime a lot easier. If they really want you now, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to come out. They're going to do the same bed technique, which is to take them back into their bed and say, it's bedtime, darling. The second time they come out, you say bedtime. Put them back in. And the third time you say nothing and you take them straight back into your bed. Okay, so that they're not rewarded with communication because that's been cut off, isn't it? Bedtime's bedtime now. Ooh. So remember, no conversation. Okay, what's the first thing you say? Bedtime, darling. Bedtime, darling. Okay. So this is what's going on right now. They're in their beds and they're just calling all the time and you going in. Wendy was strong and she simply led them straight back to bed. And even though they cried, within 20 minutes they were fast asleep. The question remains, however, will they get up and go into their mum and dad's bed? So I curled up on the couch to find out. Come on. Can I get you in time? Nice on count. That's it.
When I went to bed, I was dreading the whole process because I knew that, this was going to be like cold turkey for them. I knew that they were going to have to actually sleep in their beds the whole night.
Sure enough, Leo and Bo got up and headed to their mum and dad's bedroom. However, as tough as it was for Wendy, she led them straight back into their bedroom. So it was a major victory for this family.
It was hard for me. It was really hard for me, to be honest. I had to change my ways and do it, and it was for the best, and I'm glad I did it.
Sometimes holding on to them sleep in their beds. I know. Yeah, I think they're gonna sleep better too.
The last time Dan and I slept alone, I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
With this family snug in bed, it was time for me to leave. But if mum and dad don't keep up what we've put in place, then it just might come tumbling down. Only time will tell. After leaving Wendy and Dan alone for 4 days, I was eager to see how they did. This is my favourite part. Get in your bed now. Get in your bed now. Bo, you put that book down right now. Bo, look at me. Did you hear what I said? Then lay down. Sleep well.
Balance.
That's improvement, huh? I just love the way you've just been able to, switch and change. You've gone from being very calm and reading stories. As soon as they get up out of bed, you change your tone. You say, no, come on, that's enough. Well done, Claudia. Well done.
Come on, guys. Don't worry. Let's do it together. Leo wants to do
not acceptable. Hello, you're going to call people on conference with brother. Alright, thank you for doing that, Leo.
Of course, you did the right thing. It's brother.
Mm.
Of course, he was going to go on that naughty trip. So Leo and Chloe recognise I do this and I end up in timeouts on the naughty chair. Very good.
I'm not gonna finish this.
Well, I'm going to press on the We're trying to see on the schedule, but the baby's in their own schedule. So I'm figuring 10:45 maybe we'll be in press.
I don't necessarily making up to because if I'm in the phone at 12:36 and I schedule, I would be best. I have a big question mark over my head. I want to get on
Suki,
schedule.
suki, suki.
Don't know how.
Asuka.
When I did your schedule, it's a 3 hour
There it
sleep.
is.
You can start to sleep longer during the night and go through with that. And if it means that they wake up at 7 late, you're going to start at 3 hours from then.
You still haven't had to stick to the schedule, and even if we're off a half hour, it still seems to be like a wonderful thing, you know, and it's been great for us.
So 2 people that had no schedule, it's been good for the pair of you with kids, right?
Even with the schedule, it's a demanding day, but still, it makes it a little more doable.
You have football in your diaper? Yeah. Yeah, look, okay. If you're dirty, you have a big love. Let's take off the dirty diaper. Come on. See where diapers are. You're wearing a diaper. Why? It's because you demand that you're not going to go poo on the potty.
Yeah, but we'll do that now, Dan.
Yeah.
So we need to start the slate clean with this. And what I'm going to do is just very clearly give you some guidelines. But I want you to just be able to start from the beginning and finish. So I'm going to be working on those particular things with you, and I'm going to be tweaking everything. So we're good with what we've seen? Yeah, any questions? Right, okay, so I need you to get cracking. So Mum and Dad have become more confident. So I want to be able to show them how they can step outside the box and handle any situation if it arises. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have an experience of taking the whole family to a restaurant.
One of my bigger fears is children
I'm going to teach you guys what we're there. Things that are going to make it easier for you all to guys plan into the restaurant.
Dan was actually worried to feel himself getting tense, like what is this going to be like?
They're so quiet, maybe they should hang out and drink their bottles on the sidewalk with the traffic.
So we pulled up to the restaurant and I could see that Dan was
This is okay.
For Dan, it's more about he doesn't want to disturb other people.
Don't do it, Dad. Chloe, I don't want you to play with the silverware. Bo, please don't make any loud noises. Hey, let's not play. Can you sit and just be without playing? By implementing the direct talking approach, you get down and you look at your kid in the eye, tell them what you're expecting of them, that makes all the difference.
somebody will come over, I'm sorry to make come back. Because at the end of the day, that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, your choice is this. Sit still and be quiet, or you can eat your quesadilla.
After Dan had to tell Bo to behave himself a few times, he had to make it very clear that throwing silverware was not on the menu.
This is your last chance. This is your last chance to do the rest.
That voice, Dan.
And you sit straight in your chair, and you stop playing with silverware, and you eat your quesadilla.
I was proud of how Dan spoke sternly and directly to Bo. And I know that as long as his family are armed with techniques, then they're always going to be able to eat out in a restaurant with confidence and in peace. Dan, what came out today? Give me all the positives that come out of the experience of being in a restaurant today.
Well, I think that Wendy and I are learning how to handle situations that arise every time we go out to eat.
Yes?
And we're going to get to a point where they know that we actually mean business and we're going to be consistent with the things that we tell them. Before Joe gave us the tools to work with those things. It would have just degenerated into don't do this, don't do it. Hey, stop doing that. Pick that up. Why just and we would have gotten nowhere. It would have been just a constant struggle.
This family have done extremely well, but the one thing that I haven't been able to address yet is those party habits. So I want to be able to leave them with a few tips for when I'm gone. He feels ashamed now, or he lies because he doesn't want to get into trouble, and that's because we've gone the route of being nice and then scolding him for doing that. We speak to both. Like the big boy he is, because he's very capable and able to go to the toilet. No doing poo-poos in your pants. You're a big boy now, okay? So that he realizes that you know that he can do.
You're gonna go to the party?
Are you gonna go to the party? No. Just after I explained it, both got up and he marched straight into the bathroom. It was great and a real surprise.
Oh my goodness. You're on the party. Doing his business.
My little beau listens to everything, and he wanted to show everybody what a big boy he was. And I was so proud of him. I really was. I'm not gonna leave you guys. Keep up the work. Okay.
All right.
Keep up the work. Thank you. Joe changed our lives. We've really been given tools to really help our family. Yes, I have that.
Joe really helped us a lot already, and I'm looking forward to reaping the rewards in the future.
Enough of. Hey, you live and you learn. Wendy and Dan were both raised very differently, but it hasn't stopped them from recognizing what they need.
I see you guys' comments on my phone. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just laying here.
Take care. Take care. Bye, boys. Bye-bye.
Like I can eat, but I can only just eat like certain things. They agree with me.
It's been such a rewarding experience for us, and meeting Joe, and I think we've gained so much from this, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I'm definitely noticing a change in my family, specifically Leo and Bo.
The boys have grown immensely in such a short period of time. It's incredible. We have grown because we had to look within and see how we parent and how we're affecting our children.
Are you gonna play in the sand too? I really appreciate the way that she's related to Wendy, because Wendy really needs that kind of a person.
You were my duckling, not your mama duck. The paddle toward the shore at sunset, and you follow right behind. I really do believe that we're going to continue with this journey that we're on with the boys. I think it's working for us. I mean, why stop at the thing? One more story and then lights out.
Really, she's set us on a path to success in a lot of ways, because it's all there if you're ready to. Overall, it's just a huge positive. Lola, I need to change your diaper, baby. Come on, let's change it. Let's talk to you. Mommy, I need your diaper back.
Change Lois for me right now? Yeah, he might, yeah. He hates changing diapers. I mean, it makes him gag. So it just cracked me up to see that. Good girl. Go for you.
Going right outside. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. So please, take your eyes start streaming. A mountain of movies.
Wow, another week, another family. Let's take a look and see what we've got this time.
Hi, we're the Chandler family.
I'm Brittany. And we're
house is pretty crazy. Me and Mariah both homeschool. We go to classes that we have online where we can talk to the teacher. We kind of have to teach ourselves. My parents work full-time jobs. My dad works as a customer service sales rep, and my mom's a doctor. She has her own business that she just started. Turn just a little bit more this way. We've gotten so much stuff piled on top of us. We have to do school and feed the kids and clean the house. It's crazy. Pretty much me and Mariah feel like the parents to them. Yeah, it's been really hard.
It's too much for these girls.
Our grades aren't the best right now.
My brother was in jail twice when we're doing anything.
We've fallen further and further behind. We're failing pretty much all of my classes.
Our house is not a good learning family. There's no schoolwork being done here.
I don't think my dad understands us at all.
He's a very negative person to us. We want my dad to understand and know what actually goes on and how hard it is for us. My mom doesn't really pay attention to the whole family that much. The business is more important.
We can't.
We feel really jailed up in this house.
We can't do anything today.
So when do these girls get a chance to be teenagers?
Me and Mariah are both giving up on school and giving up on a lot of stuff, and we don't want to be like that. We just want us to have your family and we want to be normal kids. Super Annie, please come help us. Our family needs it a lot.
This is just sad. Girls, I'm on my way. Just hold on in there.
Hello, pleased to meet you. I'm Joe. I'm Sarah. Hi, come on in. When Joe first walked in our house, I felt excited but also somewhat intimidated. My biggest fear is that she will misinterpret our intentions for having girls helping out with the kids and doing the things that they do.
Nice to meet you. I'm Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Joe first came. They're like, oh my gosh, she's actually here.
So, lots of stuff to sort out. What I am going to do today, though, is watch your day. Just do what you would normally do if I wasn't here, okay?
Okay.
You know, it was important for me because the girls have called me in to really get true representation of how this family operated. And there was Brittany and Mariah taking care of the house and making sure breakfast was ready. I noticed on the wall in the kitchen there was a board that had loads of chores on them. And I saw the girls' names attached to that. It seems like they do everything. So Glenn, how much work do the girls get done while you're at work?
I think they should get done more than they do. There's a lot of tension between me and the two of them on that scale right there. You know, if they want to go do something with their friends, it's probably just because it's when their parents dealt with me. Your chores done? Great. You know, but if my stuff wasn't done, it's like, why are you asking?
Did you have good relationships with your parents?
No, not really. Kind of estranged from my own family.
You're estranged from your own family.
Yeah, my mom was controlling to the nth degree.
Well, I have to question whether Glenn's just stopped to think about that situation and how he's carrying on that same pattern throughout his own family.
Questions?
Did you wash your hands? I'm leaving.
Within an hour and a half of me being in the house, Mum told the girls that she was going off to work. She was on lunch about 6. Yep, work. Then, within minutes, Glenn left to go off to work.
Hey there. You want to scream or do you? Okay.
That to me was just crazy. These parents was going off to work and leaving their 17-year-old and 14-year-old to take care of 3 busy boys while expecting them to do schoolwork online. Oh, you have to work.
Off to work.
As Glenn left to go off to work, Quinn just had a meltdown.
Pretty normal.
There's something quite sad about that when he feels it's quite normal. It's what his girl should do, look after his sons. don't know what to do, and they shouldn't know what to do. You know, they're kids. This isn't a Saturday or Sunday. It's not a summer break. It's Tuesday. And these girls are not at school because they're acting as these kids' parents. Temper tantrum has spiraled out of control. This is crazy, isn't it? There we are, watching these teenage girls, trying to figure out really what they should do. Should this be their concern? These girls are just trying to do the best they can every day in looking after the boys and trying to get their work done. You want to cut it? You're going to push down really hard. I mean, their grades have been really bad. You better sit down. There's no real way that Brittany can do her schoolwork. She's overlooking her laptop constantly to make sure that the kids are being taken care of. How are these girls supposed to study? It's kind of like mum taking the younger ones to work with her, if they're running around. Well, she's not going to be able to get any work done, is she? School is a mandatory foundation for these girls' future. And these parents need help. What is it that you do day in and day out? You're like, fed up with this.
Watching them 24/7, not being able to let go places, complaining, cooking, and being a mom.
If you turned around and said to me, Joe, I just want to be a teenager, okay, what would that represent for you?
Living a life.
My word, I don't remember the last time that I was hugged so hard. Oh, no, what's going on right now, right in here. The quiet girl that I'm actually looking at now is not you.
She's very loud and annoying.
Where is there room for you to have a relationship with your dad?
I've kind of given up trying because I don't see that he respects us. Everything that we do is never good for him.
These girls look after these boys and don't have an outlet. And adults would eventually break down if they did not take care of themselves. So why do these parents feel that their teenage daughters would? There were certain stages throughout the day that the older girls would just sit on the sofa and a complete loss of really not knowing what to do with the boys. A lot of the mood swings that we see comes from them not having structure for them. Stop kicking me, it hurts. What is it that you feel most frustrated about when this happens?
I can't get him to stop crying.
They can't control it.
I'll serve the floors. Sit down and get the books.
Come here, Paul. But it just seems like they're never off duty. Ben, are you girls literally trying to get all the chores done before she gets back?
Yeah.
So if the things are not done, what's Dad like when he gets home?
Grabbing.
I just find it incredibly sad and irresponsible that these parents have not even just stopped to think how much they're putting on their daughters. Sarah had told Brittany that she was going to be home by 6 o'clock. The girl's tired. What's the kids have for dinner tonight? Anything?
My mom said that she's gonna bring my subs.
What time is that then? I don't know. Do you want to give your mum a call and find out when she is going to come back? There was Brittany, the teenager, calling her mum to see where she was. And it's like what parents do with the teenagers. It's 6 o'clock, where are you? You're meant to be home, you know? She's not picking up her personal phone. So you're now ringing the studio phone. I would expect any mother, working or not, to have their phone on, especially under those circumstances. Brittany's only done 8 hours with the kids, so what's another hour? It's not going to hurt, is it?
Maybe it is.
Hey, buddy.
Hey!
Here.
Hi, how's your day?
A little busy, as usual.
When Mum came home, she explained it's not always like this. Half of the week it is, and half of the week it's not. Well, quite frankly, half the week's too much for me if you're having to give your kids fast food. So who's tidying this up?
Really.
And these girls are left here to clear up everything. There isn't a bedtime routine in this house. There was musical beds. See, nobody's getting a good night's sleep. It's manic, it really is. And Quinn just had a meltdown, started crying, and he couldn't stop. What's happened?
I just set him on the bed.
That to me was just crazy. Where Cole's trying to sleep, and Brittany's trying to get Cole down to sleep, and now you're just gonna put baby in the bedroom. Huh?
I'm okay now. Just wave. Said wave.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm looking at her thinking, no, you're not fine. You look pale and you're dizzy,
Okay, really.
but you're not. You know you're not.
Where's Cole?
And where was Mum? Sitting down on the sofa in the sitting room. So whose turn is it now? Because she walked away. Whose turn is it?
I don't know. I toss up my hand and throw in the towel because I just don't know what to do to get them all to just, that's how it is every night. You just get to the point where it's like, I can't feel anymore. I don't know. I give up. I throw a white towel. I'm done.
So who deals with the Sarah? Who deals with it? Because if you're done and it's quick, towing.
Brittany and Mariah.
Oh, I forgot. The girls.
Brittany's in the right now.
So Brittany's in it. Right. Okay. Let's see that then. This is so sad. This is so sad. But I've seen a lot today in observation, enough that I'm ready to just leave and come in tomorrow and really address some serious issues with Mum and Dad. There's a lot to be said tomorrow, and quite frankly, I don't think it's going to be a pretty picture tomorrow either. We need to cut to the chase. My observation yesterday was heartbreaking. There have been spirits here that have been broken, and a smell, not just of desperation, but of fear. Sarah, you have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they are left to raise 3 younger boys. Some would call that selfish.
When I started my own business, it was with the intent of just having more flexibility than working for someone else and a way to bring in some additional income into the family. And it exploded.
But you don't even juggle effectively to be able to allow yourself to go to work and take on your moral responsibilities as a mother in raising your children.
You're telling me things that I know. It's more how I fix them.
My concern is whether you want it. Because at the end of the day, it was your daughters that called me. Because it certainly didn't come from a pair of you. Your daughters crying out for help because the people they should be able to come to, they felt they could. want to talk about schoolwork. These young girls can't do the work that they need to do and focus and pull those grades when they're looking after three young kids. It's not happening. All it does is shatter their self-esteem. You've no idea what these girls have to deal with during the day. They're trying to do their work. Which brings me on to schedule. Where is the schedule? There is. What do your boys do all day? How are we stimulating and enhancing their imagination, their creativity?
I'm not here during the day. I'm working. I'm gone.
So does that-
I'm supposed to do while I'm gone.
So does that take your responsibility away of what you should be doing as a father? What chaos bedtime is. I mean, yesterday, Sarah, you said to me, "See, I'm throwing the towel in, I quit." Quitting, it is to be about, you can't give up.
I believe I said that when my 2-year-old was having a meltdown.
Correct. And who took care of that?
Brittany,
May I say something, Sarah? May I ask you what kind of relationship you have right now with your daughters? What kind of relationship do you think you have with them?
Not as good as used to be.
I mean, where do you think you're going to be in the next 5 years with your daughters?
Couldn't tell.
I can. You'll be nowhere better. Father is the best role model that a young girl needs. The opposite says. It's such an important relationship. Your daughters have low self-esteem because they're not given the love and the attentiveness that they deserve. You expect too much.
I love it. Because you're 100% right.
I ask her.
They can't ever voice their opinion. They can't ever say, I don't agree with you, Dad, on this. It's not okay for them to do that at all, ever. But that's not fair. That's not fair to them at all.
I just want to have a household where everybody respects each other.
You will not get respect from anyone in this house unless you give respect. And you're breaking spirits, Glenn. You're snapping backbones here, mate. Is that the kind of father that you really want to be?
Obviously, not.
If you really don't shape up, you are going to lose everything. Now, if you want to hold on to what you have, you need to change. Your girls are meant to come in and help their family. Everything I've seen in your house can be changed. So I smell fear and I smell desperation. It doesn't mean I can't smell hope here. So are we going to go for this? Are we going to turn around and say, yes, we deserve to change things around? Huh? So let's do it and let's get cracking soon as. This family needs somebody to tell them what they need to do to change. But the first thing for me that was important was for Glenn to prove to these girls that they could start to trust him. Dad, just have a quick word. I think it's important for you as a father just to be able to sit down with the girls and just clear the air, be the role model as a father. These girls need a hug from their dad.
Hoy la estoy rompiendo. Ya tengo la inclusión en Google por cuenta de Verizon y la mejor red 5G. No solo está viendo el día de hoy.
Llévate el nuevo iPhone 17 Pro. Además, un iPad y Apple One. Todo por $0.
Come más pues.
The 4-in-1 Table Eagle by Fisher Price does this. What? Helps them do this. Encourages that. Perfect for bite-sized payments. You're gonna need a bigger wall. Creativity that grows as they grow.
A veces uno tiene sobrecompensar por falta de su
Dating Infinity for 2 million plus STD positive singles since 2001. Enter the referral code to unlock exclusive benefits.
I feel bad for not giving any other apps, attention. You know, every time I give Suga attention, Jin always wants attention every time I give it to Suga.
Overactions.
And then I feel bad for not giving any of my other apps attention because Every time I give Suga attention, Jin wants attention, like he's an attention hog. And then every time I give Master Splinter attention, Jinnamin wants attention as well.
Right, what's the concerns? They were very reluctant at first.
So it's like,
Hesitated many times and looked at Brittany for reassurance that it would be okay to do so.
I'm not going to be upset with it. I want to move forward.
You trust us more.
I'm sorry for not being entertaining to you guys. I'm watching Super Nanny and I'm also just laying here chilling.
So
I'm just waiting for more people to, join the live stream.
So as a young female, what do you feel for that?
What do you need from God, Brittany? You don't feel like you're close anymore. You don't feel like you can talk to you about a problem. If I need help with something, I can come to you with it.
I think the first time Glenn realised as he looked into his daughter's faces that they were hurt.
it hurts. I promise you know that you can't change it. You guys know I love you more than anything. It's all you need to know.
Now that Dad and the girls have cleared some air, it's important to establish a routine to take the pressure off the girls. So Mum has the responsibility in raising their boys.
What I have here is the family routine. All it's going to do is solidify the family unit. At 9 o'clock, I put here girls' school. So the girls get their 4 hours of teaching. The boys need to look after. So who's going to do that? Mom? Sarah at first was rather hesitant. You can see she was scared of the fact that she was looking after her boys all on her own. What would she do by herself? How would she manage? From 2:30 onwards in the afternoon, that's when you get to go and do your project, whatever it is, your assignment for that afternoon, regarding photography. What happens between 4 and 7? Who takes care of the 3 younger boys? Yes, what it has then, or what? No, what it should be. Like, what are you going to do about it now? Yeah, so the girls babysit. Yeah, let's stay on that. Yeah. The other options are hire someone. Can you do that? I'm sure we can. Good. Good. Shaking his head. He's like, yeah.
Let's get the other option.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. Shake my hand. Glenn stood firm and said, we need to get a babysitter whilst you're at work. And I was really happy that he stepped up.
Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving this year? What's everybody doing on Thanksgiving?
Get started.
Now that we're in November,
Okay, Dad.
any plans for Thanksgiving? I'm sorry for not,
Is your friend like your family?
asking too much.
Alright, there, good job. Hey. So after going through the routine with both Mum and Dad, I then took the girls to the routine and explained exactly what was going to happen. So there's enough opportunity here for you girls to go out and do your own thing as well. Be out with your friends. Teenagers. That was the first time I seen you girls smile.
I love their team.
Next, I want to show the family exactly how overloaded these girls are with their chores.
Dishwasher. Breakfast. Hey, laundry.
Mom,
Fold clothes.
that's everyone. Oh, yeah. Everyone. Right, let's go.
Mom and Dad have a notable disagreement on that one, but that's okay.
I don't think they have good communication with their father. They are in fear of his reaction.
You know what I mean? You fold the clothes though, right? Yeah.
I will stand up to my parents. And Brittany is more afraid to stand up to my parents.
Give me your argument. Why do you feel you fold the clothes for?
Because I have been anymore lately.
What's lately? Very last time laundry was done?
No. Just all the time when you guys are gone. That way.
Just as I was going over the chores, I saw that Brittany looked a little pale, a little faint. Brittany, can't remember mine. She just passed out. 1 minute I was staring at Brittany, the next minute she keeled over. Can't remember mine. The body can only take so much before it breaks. And really, Brittany has taken on an awful amount. She just passed out. So Mum called the doctor, put Brittany in the car, and took her straight away. If this isn't enough to really turn around Glenn and Sarah, then I don't know what is going to be enough. Come on!
She fainted because she was just under a lot of stress. And she hasn't been sleeping good. She's not eating really. Being yelled at by my mom and my dad to about that stuff.
So you should go out and rest, really.
As soon as I came in from the doctor, Joel had me go upstairs and get some more rest. And I'm stressed. Just daily life at my house.
Brittany took a rest, and I continued to teach the family. Brittany and Mariah currently are in an online charter school. They're actually attending a public school via the internet. However, they're not doing well with school. These girls need time in a place that creates an atmosphere for them to feel enthusiastic to work. Here we go then.
When Joel showed up for me right at school, I was surprised that we actually have a place to work now.
This is going to be your special area, right? Your school zone. So that you can come up here, away from downstairs, and just get your work done.
Before the school zone, me and Mariah would work downstairs. There's distractions.
The younger ones are not going to be allowed up here. This is your time. So this whole area will be cut up. Put your dictionaries and your books up here. Place some snacks over here. Look, there's a new stuff. The more you can focus,
Back to
the more
back
you can
seizures.
concentrate, we can then start getting those grades up.
I think I'm gonna dead and go up now that I have a place to actually do it's fine.
Bye. Before I go, it's time to resolve once and for all who does what. So let's start again. Clean Mum and Dad's room. Okay. Just boys.
Yeah. It's far easier to say, okay, who's gonna take care of this, who's gonna take care of that.
Laundry.
Me? I got it.
But boys play. Oh, and happy birthday to you. Clean the boys' bedroom. Yeah. Vacuum. You do that. Breakfast. Oh, we know who does that. Get that bag.
Seizure.
Off boys.
It's bedtime.
And empty trash. Okay, so.
I think my daughters were doing little high fives behind their backs. Because now you look at that chart, it's like mom and dad, girls.
With the techniques in place, it's time for me to leave for a few days to see exactly how they get on alone. So take responsibility for it and make a difference for your family because you're worth it. If they can put in the commitment, the effort, and really stick and have faith, there's no reason why they cannot achieve real happiness.
Still,
Yeah, I know. It's time to see if this family stuck to the routine or whether they went back to their old ways. Take a look.
When Joel returned, I was a little bit fearful and yet in a good way.
Are we anxious?
We're having flashbacks from the last conversation.
Oh, right, okay.
let's go. Okay, before we go anywhere, I want to know if you know what the controls are. So you tell me where are the pedals from?
This is for gas, this is for brake.
What's that one over there? you use that?
Emergencies.
Okay. We're good. I feel like you're hitting about a 45 degree angle, but you're coming up on it pretty quick here. That's good job.
Loving that. Really clear communication. I love your tone of voice. Nice pose there as well. It's really good, Glenn. Seriously, this is just like, this is what every teenager wants to be doing. Okay.
Oh, good. It's disgusting. Let's go for a quick walk. Let's go for a quick walk.
Chore stuff.
I still keep backing you until later. So every time I do, it just
Sweet. There's stuff all over the floor.
Right, but I did it before and it got messy.
So we should just not do it once a day or what?
I say wait till a little bit later because it's just gonna get messy and
In there? You don't need to disrespect me like that, Brett.
mm-hmm.
Let's see what's going on here. If the floors were really bad at that point, they need to be done. So just do the one thing that I'm asking you to do. Take 5 minutes and then go through it. Okay, but that wasn't conveyed, was it? That's the point here.
We don't have that many chores anymore.
That's what it's not gonna stay that way.
Chores. Neither is the schedule. He said that too.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
No, I'm taking that up with others. She doesn't want to accept the schedule.
Can't change.
So the cameras aren't here and the microphones aren't down.
Hey, wait.
I'm just gonna go back to
Crapville. Unless we stop it.
how are we gonna they're just putting in an act for the cameras.
That's pretty what I do. And the only way that they are going to see that that's not going to be the same thing is by proving that. This is not a free pass for them to just walk all over us either. Let's be honest with you, I don't know if these parents are willing to try the techniques that I've taught them, but I want to make sure that these girls are able to voice their concerns when I've left. My main priority today is going to be building trust and good communication. So are we ready for some more work? Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so let's get cracking. So who is up for going out this afternoon and having some family fun? More work needed to be done in regards to the teenagers and their parents. Did you get their seatbelts on? I wanted to build on their communication skills. Where did they go over here? The nice thing is that we were able to hit the younger ones and they played around in the woods. And I was able to present an outdoor activity for this family to do that became challenging, that fun as well. Communication lines. We're physically going to walk these lines, all 4 of you, holding hands. And all you have are these ropes and this wire. The rest has got to come from up here. This challenge is going to strengthen your communication as a family. Okay? I can see the hesitation in their eyes, but I really wanted to bring home the essence of teamwork doing this obstacle. Brittany, talk! Talk! You guys have all got to talk!
I'm going too far. Okay.
Strategy and set it apart. Right, so I want to make sure I can get to the other room and then patience.
We're just gonna have to brace you.
You guys sit by your own the more that they can feel open and free to communicate and express themselves. Can you do that, Brittany? The more it's going to bring them closer together as a family in finding resolution to the issues as they arise. Yeah. Here we go. Good job, Britt.
Is it really?
Yep.
Like that.
It was good to measure measure really of how far they had come with regards to their communication. Well done. There's definitely work still to do there. But the fact that we're all willing to really listen and communicate with one another is a step forward.
Dad listened to what I had to say and trusted that I knew what I was doing.
She did a good job.
Parents listening to us doesn't happen that often.
Awesome.
With all the turmoil going on in the house, the younger boys have really been left out of the picture. So I wanted to do something with them and Mum before I left. So, boys, you're going off to bed now, aren't you? So, once you've read the stories, tuck them all into bed, and then at night, lights off, and walk out of the room. The first time the children come out, we say it's bedtime, darling. The second time they come out, we say nothing. Remember, it's about just going in, inviting them back into their beds, and then coming back out again.
You must not play. You must not play in the store.
Absolutely wonderful. It's time created for Mum to just cozy in with her boys and send our kids off to sleep, feeling sad. This family do have the tools in place to make a positive change. So with me now leaving, I just hope they continue. So how are you all feeling? Oh, we're feeling sad. I know you said that I'm leaving, but truthfully, how are you feeling about it?
Okay.
Did it make it way?
Yes, but before Joe got here, I think my relationship with my dad was close to calling it quits. Same with Mariah, but now part of me really believes that things are changing.
I believe it.
I just feel like there's hope for something that all of us have wanted for so long. It's been a tough process. Not one that I liked all the way through it, but you do what you gotta do to make things right for your family.
Give it a chance. Who's trying to? Okay. Hey! You look after yourself, alright?
Pretty much I believe she's been such an influence on my life. I look up to her. I think of her as a hero. She saved our family. I miss her.
Bye! I'm glad I was able to offer my experience and help with this family. I've definitely switched the light bulb on. If you've got two parents who are willing to opportunities, and they are going to make
Oh, hey. XOXO.
their children. Well, let's go, babe. Come on.
I'm very proud of my family of all the changes and everything that they've went through.
Now we do get to do more stuff as a family.
You gotta walk slow if you're going for months.
To be able to just get out, all be relaxed together is a big, high, cool respect.
So you guys can see us out.
I feel like it can be a regular teenager now. I'm really hoping that it does stay that way.
Oh, yeah. What did you say?
Me and my family all talk now, being able to communicate without fighting.
You know, keep it up or I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling Joe.
Llévate el nuevo iPhone 17 Pro, además un iPad y Apple One, todo por $0. ¿Por qué hay días divertidos y otros no tanto? La misma somos del humanamente posible con las fórmulas científicamente comprobadas de Hielos. Como humanos tenemos límites, pero existe Hielos.
I'm in Sacramento, California, and a fellow nanny reached out to me because her family needs my help. Strange, right?
Take a look.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm 22 years old and I am the nanny for the Swift family.
Joshua, what's going on? Hey, come on. My name's Tony,
And I'm Jenny.
and we have 5 kids. Jack was 11, Joshua was 10, Sean was 7.
Then we have Max, who's 4, and baby Mia, who's 9 months. Gloria is my mom. She is extremely involved with our family on a daily basis. I gave Super Nanny a call because I felt like it was really necessary for the children's safety. I'm worried about them getting hit by cars. I'm worried about them getting kidnapped.
This little boy shouldn't be out in the street. I mean, where are the parents?
It's definitely a concern of mine that the children are going to get hurt, especially a little 9-month-old.
Oh dear. Tony should behind. No, nobody's aware of her falling around the floor. Hold on a minute. That's not safe at all. She did this in around.
He puts it in her mouth. Gloria is definitely more of a parent than Jenny and Tony.
We're not going to play with the kids.
Really?
We don't have to put the baby somewhere.
No, she's fine. She takes care of the kids a lot.
There's stuff all over the floor.
No, she's fine here. No, don't put her in there. She needs to fall down a little.
No, this is what she has in mouth.
That's crazy. What is Harry doing? How are all these cubs picked up? Hey.
We're at our wits' end.
We're exhausted. Hey, don't do that, Super Nanny. I'm begging you. Help with my family.
Sit down now. Guys, you're falling apart at the seams, but I'm on my way.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jenny. When Joe first came in the house, I have to admit that I was intimidated. Hi, Sean. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Josh.
Hi, Zach. Pleasure to meet you. Great to meet you too. Hi, Tony. Who's not hungry on the blanket? Hello. Miss Mia. Hello. Just after I arrived, I got this whole conversation about how they're not really happy with their nanny. I mean, really? I call her more of a babysitter. I wouldn't call her a substitution for a parent. You know what I'm saying? She's not always there on a regular basis. She comes and she's like, okay, whatever.
She more watches the kids when we're gone.
The problems that she faces every day looking after these kids, you're not facing them yourself. I do, but I feel like it's okay for me to face those problems. But it's not only for her. She should be equipped to deal with your children, even though you're not. Right. Exactly. In a perfect world, I think this woman's extremely lazy. She's hired a nanny. She has grandma, and yet she's saying, I think my nanny should be able to take care of my kids, maybe if I can't. Really? And as if on cue, Katie, the nanny, walked straight through the door.
Don't worry, guys. I'm paying attention to the chat. I have it on my phone, so I'm not ignoring it.
Then mum left, and I was left with the nanny.
If you guys got any questions or concerns, feel free
When
to
it was time
ask.
for Kate to change Mia's diaper, Sean and Max saw the opportunity to misbehave.
Oh my gosh, what is going on there?
And the roughhousing continued into one of their
Grandma
bedrooms.
seizures are when you start feeling dizzy, obnoxious, and you hit your head on the concrete floor, and you start to thumb at night.
Finally, Katie realised where the boys
So
were.
that's what grandma seizures shake,
Sean!
and somebody has a turning on your side.
Hey guys!
So that's what I
I don't think that
pretty
mom
much
wants
have
to
is
play in her
grandma's
room. You need to go ask her. Katie's totally unsure of how she should be managing these boys.
and
This is
seizures
not
are
one.
not
Would you say that you're both on the same page? No, I don't think so.
Jenny and Tony have never sat me down and given me a game plan to discipline their children. I've really gone on
I
by
had,
observing them.
two
and
grandma
tried to see
seizures
what they would do.
when we are really came back from Ohio
And it
and
kind of
had my medication.
Between us, between parents, between my mom here, my
That's how I get
That's
grandma
a surefire
seizures,
recipe for
I have that
disaster.
medication,
Everybody needs to be in sync.
and I don't take it within 24
Mum needed to pick some things up at the grocery store, and so I said to her, let's go with all the kids, just to get them all out together.
Hey, excuse me. No. Max, come here, please. Sean.
And I went happily. I was panicking because I knew the kid's first inclination was going to be to run away.
Sean, come here.
And I was trying really hard to keep things under control, and I could feel things slipping away.
We're gonna go to the restroom, right? You have to go? You can't go by yourself. I have to go with you. Can you stand right by
Come
me?
in.
Just don't
What you doing, you little rat?
Are you being serious? Well, I mean, are you being serious? Yes, totally. But that's this is what I was doing. That's no way.
That's not what that's for.
That's crazy. She's about to leave her 7-year-old in charge of the baby.
Not having a hand.
You think it's because you don't have enough hands?
Yeah.
You don't need more than one pair of hands to realise that you take your baby with you to keep them safe. And I don't think
It's
that's
okay.
a priority for mum at the moment.
Matthew
I was
just
really
thinks it's a
happy
game.
to go to the grocery store and tell you the truth. I
Oh,
probably
I like
did
this
through
game,
half
but
of the
my
things
wife
that I was
isn't.
planning on getting.
He just pushed a good
After
woman
watching mum in
away
the
that was
supermarket,
looking for
I'm
apartments.
concerned about her actions. So I pulled her
And
aside to talk to her. Do you feel
he
overwhelmed right
thinks
now?
my health issues are
It
lacking
feels
matter.
overwhelming. It feels like work 90% of the
Now
time.
I don't have a car,
I'm not having fun.
not
I don't
yet.
think my mom has fun. I don't
But it's gonna be
think my
hard to
husband
save
has
up
fun.
for one
I
because
think
the
we're
government
all
is
just
shutting down.
trying to get through the day the best that we can. And that's just not what I envisioned. You know, when I go to bed at night, I feel sad because I'm like, I don't want them to grow up like this. I don't want them to grow up sad or thinking like, you know, I grew up and it was just,
That's what I say. I see you learn. It's very obvious to me that this mum's not enjoying parenthood because she's not engaging with any of her children and having fun. And if she's going to change that, it's going to take effort. Later on in the day, one of mum and dad's key helpers, Grandma, came round for dinner. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Joe.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Laura. Good to meet you.
You want to put her in her chair? Okay, I'll do that.
And Gloria went straight into minding those kids.
Here, you take it.
There.
finally, somebody around here was taking control.
Now, come here. I need you to do something. I'll hold them. Go to the bedroom and get me a wipes. Fast.
There are the things that go on that Grandma sees and observes, and she's shaping and moulding their behaviour and etiquette every day. And yet it's going to the sidelines when it comes to Jen and Tony doing that.
Look out. Careful. There's a fence.
It's okay.
Just come.
We don't need to apologize. It's just with me staying here at Erie and his family's house makes me feel awkward.
And there's no full alarm on.
And
I mean, it's a
I
dangerous
almost passed out
situation.
earlier
As a
today
baby, we have to be very
from
careful with
anxiety
this door
because
because she's now falling out and starting out. You know,
with me staying in this room
So
with
safety's
a
an
lot
issue.
of pain and memories from him being
big. You know, there's only so much you can say. If you go too far, it's not okay.
Oh, I'm talking about the government because I'm not getting the food stamps this
Oh,
week.
it's okay. My judgment is, I'm okay.
These kids need to be safe and they need to be protected by their parents.
You need to go get your jacket and come in because it's too cold out here.
I've seen enough, quite frankly, it's time for me to leave. So what I'd like to do is call my family meeting tomorrow so that we can sit down and really work out where we're going to go from here, okay? I need to have a serious conversation with these parents tomorrow because what I've seen, I'm not happy with.
I was very nervous about hearing what Joe would have to say. I started to realize, and there's a lot of things here I'm doing wrong. It's not just one or two things, it's everything.
There are 4 adults around your children, but you guys are not on the same page. It really sends a bad message to the kids. And that's why you're in this now.
For sure.
So it's going to be really important that you guys talk about raising your family with grandma, as she is a key co-carer in your life. She has her own view and her own ways in which she feels that the kids should be raised. And instead of maturely communicating,
because I don't know why
oh, this is it.
they're
After hearing Gloria put things right.
shutting it down. I don't know the full story. Yeah, I have a job.
I think you've had
But
immaturity.
pretty much, you know,
It's a conversation. You say to us, well, how do you get here?
yeah, I got paid.
It wasn't important enough.
Me and Anna went food shopping the other day, and
Which leads me to talk about yourself.
we got food, so yeah.
I think that if I
I'm also on Social Security, and I have a disability.
whatever, you got help.
So I have Social Security and a job. So I have a part-time job.
It's immature and lazy to allow your mum to take over, and then you'll bring in a nanny and you'll say, right, now you do that. You have to jump into your kids' world.
And I'm also tired.
Look, you put it into yourself. So you have date night, you go out, and you recognise the importance to feed that relationship. Safety. Safety. Big issues. Doors being open, kids just drop things on the floors. So why is it not necessary for you to follow through with your kids when it comes to them picking up after themselves, when actually those pieces could choke me out and kill them? No fall alarm being ringed off right now. Do you need the broken leg? No. Do you need the drowning? No. That's just blurting out hot air and saying, it's important. Your actions or your other actions. So we've got a lot of work to do. We need to leave the egos and the laziness at the front door. It's 100% commitment. You guys are either in or you're out.
Already.
Okay, thank you. I do need a roundtable summit with Gloria, Jen, and Tony because no one's on the same page. So we're going to hash it out in this conversation and start putting in a game plan. You are the parents. You have the fortune of having your mother-in-law, mother, support you. So I think what would be very important at this first stage be you both discuss what you feel needs to be resolved so that Gloria can hear that and support that.
One thing I see with my mom is I'll either undermine what she says or vice versa.
Well,
I may have said,
it's $12 an hour.
whatever. And then
So
they'll come home and they'll say, well, you said to me earlier I didn't have to do something, but now grandma just got much more and told me I did have to.
That happens a lot. It's very frustrating as a parent to, get undermined. You feel helpless.
They have to be the ones to accept the agenda. I facilitated. Grandma was saying the same thing as Nanny Katie. There are no rules in the house. They need to
So
talk to
pretty
the
much
parents, not the grandma, and not the nanny.
Gloria takes the kids to swimming, and she has for a long time. A big thing for me is I would like Gloria to respect the other sports that they do just as much as swimming. And that's a big thing that has upset me the last month and a half because they have been playing, one of them has been playing basketball. And I don't feel that she takes the basketball as much as a priority as the swimming.
I took that as a complete affront. I was at every game except one. And
I need to find out what I do with my Social Security paper.
Exactly what you're throwing in.
I get paid every other 2 weeks. I get paid like twice a month.
Have grandma come in and
Social
take
Security
care of the kids.
and my paycheck and the job.
That Gloria focuses on swimming and not enough on basketball. Like, really? It's really good.
Alright guys, well I'm not gonna end the live stream. I need to put this on the charger, so
To really iron out these issues that the adults were having, the first thing that we needed to do was to get mum and dad to establish and create house rules so that all the adults know. After we established the rules, I brought in Nanny Katie so that mum and dad could start to delegate who was going to take care of what tasks and what child.
pay the rent, and I also pay my phone.
In the household, there's chaos
And
going on
then
at all times. But this board
I don't
is
mind
a way
sitting
of
here, laying here
organizing
talking
the
to
work
you.
so that we are all on the same page.
Each circle represents one of
My
those
rent
needs.
is
So I get
$400,
on busy
and
filling
my
the
phone
first.
bill's
Someone's got to feed
$123.
the baby, right? Right. I was going to do that. I've been able to delegate the tasks to
Because
my mom
I have a
and
second line
a
of
little bit of
payments.
and I realized immediately this is going to be a great tool. Mom successfully distributed the work in the first circle. Tomorrow she'll get busy on the second. So what I'm going to ask you to do
No,
is
I live
keep
with
that up
his
with one
family, not
TV,
live with
and
very
everyone can have a look
people.
at
I
that.
live with
I
his
think that
family.
having an order and going
His
to it every day
stepmom
and writing
really
down
likes
what we
me,
expect, I think it's
and
going to be a
she
great thing.
just didn't like the way he was treating me. So he
The next thing to do was really to get this
pretty
house
much
safe for
called me
Mia.
filthy
So I took the
names,
family shopping
and
to
she
get
didn't
some
like the way
baby
he was
food items.
talking to me.
However, little Max
He would put his
wasn't in the
hands
mood
on
to go
me,
shopping.
beating me,
Max was all on
killed
the
my
word.
rat,
He's not holding
and
up.
he gave me a black eye
Max, you
twice.
just had to hold on to the cart. Thank
And
you. Max started
he
in
got
with
me
his usual behavior.
pregnant and
Where
decided
are
to
you
cheat on me.
going? Really? Can I hand that over to you?
Yes, my
I need
eggs
to
are
know
talking
what
with Matthew.
you cannot take your hands off the cart. Look at me when I'm talking to
Yes,
you.
he
You
cheated on me
understand?
for another
He
one.
wasn't listening, wasn't following directions.
It's gone again. Right? Calm down. It's not like I just wanted. What is wrong with not saying fuck you? Because you let go of the cart after I told
now with all of
I'm
us,
sorry if I had you guys muted.
we'll all start having a lot more fun with the kids and each other. We both love you very much and can't thank you enough for all your love and support. Love, Troy and Jenny.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The letter was probably one of the best things that had happened in a long time. It was very gratifying.
Joe, thank you so much. I now know what I need to do. We have a plan to do it, and we have the tools to carry it out. I can put you through the same experience.
I hope that you realize that you are capable of much more than what you thought you were capable of.
I agree.
Tonight on Superman. Joe visits the McKeever's home, and for the first time, the kid's aggression turns on Joe. These are two of the most badly behaved children Joe has ever encountered.
Not kick me, please.
She dodges punches and flying objects.
You need to beat up that way.
No, you don't.
I don't need you kicking me. Can she get Dad involved in his son's lives before Mom loses it?
Don't walk away from me.
Will Joe find the source of their anger?
Because everything is choosing you.
Or will it be too late?
Here in Southern California, let's take a look at the family I'm going to help.
Hunter is 7. River is 6. What are you doing? The main issue with River is
He's violent mental.
he's very violent.
Now he's picking up heavier objects, and I'm afraid.
Stop, River.
That down now.
Put it down. Put it down. You don't play with wrought iron. Put it down.
Hunter is hyperactive.
He throws fits. He bites. Don't bite me, kids. He just is non-stop aggressive. I own 2 companies. One is a recording studio. I can work up to 60, 70 hours a week.
Basically, I take care of the kids 24 hours a day, so that's my life.
Seems like I'm raising the boys here.
I think Lucy sometimes has it easier.
How do you figure?
Kind of hard. I mean,
Oh my God, what do you
nuts? Did you pull his ass up the huh?
What's your language?
Hell, diarrhea 15.
That's disgusting. His parents should be doing something about that.
I was sticking weenie in my weenie.
You're an idiot. You two are so stupid, I swear to God. You guys are stupid.
How are your kids going to have respect for you? You've got no respect for them.
Dude, who even kicked me?
Why are these parents not disciplining their boys?
You know where my house is, right?
No.
There's no discipline in this house because nothing works.
If you throw that, I'm gonna smack your butt.
All these empty threats and bribes. Your kids don't believe you.
It's just getting really bad. I don't want to go shopping anymore.
Corey wants to do some on the weekends. I just say forget it, go without me. Because I'm just so embarrassed. Please, because we believe.
Yeah, you're right. You guys do need my help. Because this is totally unacceptable. I'm on my way.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Lucy. Come on in.
When Jill first came in, she had this look in her eye. Like, Lucy, I'm not here to chit chat or be your friend. I'm going to be your ward.
Where are the boys?
Boys are in here.
What's your name? Red. Why are you doing that?
Canine. As soon as I met the young boys, they decided to attack me.
Why are you punching me?
When River started attacking Jill, I just wanted to die.
I hear you playing some rain.
What are they?
That's River and that's
River and Hunter. So you've obviously got issues that need to be addressed.
Oh, very much so.
And we will get to the bottom of those, trust me. But today I need to look.
Okay, can we give you a tour of the house?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to though.
Who's there, River? Stop it. Deb, River, no. When we went upstairs and the boys were just going wild. Stop that. Now. River. River. Stop it, Riv. No. River, stop it. Once again. I'll your friends one day. You don't say that. It's true. River.
So after getting punched, I thought, what's next? And then the boys started throwing balls at me.
River. Alright. River, stop it.
I visited a few families and been targeted, and this was one of those families.
You need to beat us that way.
No, you don't. I backed off a ball that came my way, and as I walked down the staircase, I braced myself,
No, you don't.
thinking that I was going to have a big bouncy ball hit me in the back of the head.
River. That's wrong.
I realised I was going to have to duck and dive a lot on this job.
Beat us that waiting on the floor.
River. Do not talk that way.
I've dealt with plenty of kids that have had potty mouths, but these boys were certainly, let's say, creative. Do you know why I'm here, River?
Yeah, the fish.
Fit. These kids do know the difference between right and wrong behaviour, but nothing's been reinforced. But there are no boundaries because it's not being backed up by discipline.
River. You don't do that.
I'm sorry to be disrespectful, but I'm very sorry. Mum's desperate. She's totally lost control of dealing with the boys. And on top of it all, she's mentally exhausted. Alright, what else do you normally be doing today?
Well, I'm just happy to do their homework. Okay, well, I'll let you continue to do that then. Okay. Hey guys, we have to do homework.